Bonjour y'all, Nola Butterfly here, and today is the 16th day after tax day of April 2024, and we have the Midwest storm, and I have a friend who wants to drive through some of this, so we're checking it out, and we can see here the the rotational vortex, and it looks like a land hurricane, I mean, land cyclone, something over here. Let's start looking at the archive of composite radar from yesterday and see what Doppler was doing. We can see here a very strong wall on the East Coast, the whole east, south to north, the whole eastern half of the United States has a big wall up until Texas. All right, and you can see it's this wall. When this wall comes up here, it forces all the moisture that was there to rise up around it, because it's creating a high pressure area. So it is rising up around it, it's getting broken up, but there is something that pulls the air around here today. And let's see, this is where it's right along the edge. So before we continue, so there's a super big wall of fully blown Doppler radars on half of the eastern United States. Then there's a valley of no activity here. You don't see the same high pressure ridge. So it means they're allowing the weather, the moisture to come in through here. So, and then it's going to hit that wall when it comes on there. So then it goes up high. But now what's happening to it? You also have full energy here out in the West Coast. So that's not, that's breaking up rain as well. But right in here, you've got your little valley of weather that can come through here on low pressure. And then this bloom that is pushing everything up. And there is something, let us see, this is yesterday's radar, okay, up until like the wee hours of this morning, if you want to catch the time here. This is just a good archive website, because it's really hard to get this radar data after the storm passes. So I appreciate people that archive this. It's a birding website, because you can catch birds allegedly taking off. I think that's crazy, but apparently it's true. I'm not sure, but those are the claims. You can see birds taking off on radar. And I haven't really studied that to its full depth, so I'm going to take it at face value. But Dutch Sense actually disagrees with that, and I've covered that in my Clear Skies conference, which I'll be posting up next. Yeah, let's see now. The storm, this land cyclone coming on here, and let's see what the actual radar is going to show us. So, these are big blooms. These are smaller ones, smaller ones, smaller ones. So, there's definitely a ridge around here, and that's where it's at. And what's this? You can see it's all around. The actual center of this twirl is around here, so let's click on that, shall we? And which one is this? So this is K, L, and X. All right, and you can see here. This is what it looks like usually when I get a beam pointed out at sea that brings a hurricane in. And these Dopplers have rotational vortex that they can create. And here you'll see a convergence. There's a whoosh. Oh, wait, no, right here. It's coming in. It's all coming around this area right here. And the Doppler walls are pulsing. That East Coast, that eastern half of Dopplers are pulsing. So as they drop their walls, the squall is able to move to progress inwards. And depending on how fast or how slow, or if they do or don't, let that wall go, is how long they can keep a storm in place. I mean, I think eventually it dissipates, but I don't think they can stop the weather altogether, but they can do some funny things. It's just energy. They affect it. And this is it. There she goes. Major convergence. major convergence. It's coming in from here, it's coming in from here, and it's going around. This is pulling it around, right? Let's see. Is this pushing forward, or is this going around here? When we saw that it was coming up this way. Let's just check it up over here. Does it go around here? All right, we're checking out storm relative mean velocity of this radar to see if we can see. I've just noticed that during the storms, when the eye is coming in, the white will align with the heart of it and pull it in towards it. It's right there for people to see. It's less obvious when it's not a direct hurricane, but this storm is looking like it's got this weird, all sorts of, it's like a cyclone. And then, let's see, let's pull the base reflectivity back. This is just coming up, so at what point does it go back down? Let us see, let us see. Does it go up in here? Or is there another? How does it come back down? What point? Let us see. Let us see. I want to see all these radars. Something's going up and coming back down. It's kind of... Okay, MBX. It's in there. Okay, so it's going up. This stuff's going... Composite radar, let's see. CONUS, continental USA, right? Going up, that's kind of going up. It's all going up except for that's turning. Now, let's check out over here. Whoosh. Okay. This was the edge. This is the edge of it. See, the blue right now is about mid-size. It's not that full on here. It stops it. It'll stop it. Now it's shrinking. Now it'll pulsey pulse. I don't know. It'll energize. A little up, and it's gonna shrink it. There it goes. Shrinking because it's allowing it. Right? It's allowing it. Shrink it. Full on. So when it gets, when it's smaller than this, the inner circle, it is releasing that energy. And as it releases that energy, there's a vacuum and it brings it all up in there. They didn't totally release it, but they allowed it to come through. So whatever wall they had. So let's see what the next one out should be. I'm going to predict a fuller blue, at least until the storm comes. And I don't think the storm is there yet. So this is, just to be sure, KLOT. KLOT. So this is KLOT. And this is IWX. I'm going to, yeah, it's got a full blue, I bet you. I haven't even checked it out yet. This is real-time reaction. Or first-time reaction, because it's recorded, so I don't know if it's real-time. But it's real-time to what's going on with the radar, that's for sure. It's full on right now. Oh, oh, oh. Pulse, it pulses. It looked like it's still up at the end here of our time cycle. But are they going to drop it, as it approaches and let it in? What there is, because there's other radars acting on the storm. So there's a whole bunch of checks and balances, but there's one that can pull it in with its beams. And there is a jet stream. They direct that jet stream, but there is a jet stream. So there's ionospheric heating, which I believe directs the overall jet stream from point to point. But then there's a tropospheric checks and balances, which micromanage the jet stream on the way to its greater direction. So while they can play with some of the air that passes through, maybe they can twirl it around like a ball for a little bit. Eventually it will pass through, because there is a conveyor belt ultimately that pushes everything through. So that, they can't just stop the jet stream. Well, yeah, they can take a chunk of it and play with that energy, kind of like putting a rock inside of a river, even though, and they can redirect the river. I think that's what things like HARP does, whereas Doppler and the radars are mostly to play with what the jet stream is already doing. So it doesn't navigate the jet stream. The ionospheric heaters navigate the jet stream. I don't think they're using that to micromanage weather locally. Unless at one place with multiple arrays, they have these Dopplers in place, and they have them mobile, and they have them out at sea. I try to capture what I can while I can. It's available to the public, and I try to capture what I can while I can, and no one's been able to answer or debunk me to date, because my opinion and my work and my research stands on observable weather radar. So like I said, it was going to be a big blue. At the end of its cycle here, it's going to be a big blue, like towards the end, because that's what we just saw. There is a wall, and are they shrinking it? They are shrinking it, and that's when the storm moves in. It's coming up here. It looks like there's a beam. I know that they're shooting something out there. That doesn't seem to affect as deeply as this like long, deep, steady, hidden beam that I can catch during the hurricanes and that. I'm pretty sure that was what I was looking at. This go like this a little bit. Not very clear if you don't know what you're looking for. But anyway, energy's coming in here, and there's something pushing it this way, right? So we are at KMPX. That's MPX. And so these guys are coming in here, but this is turning it around this way. Is this coming down here? Let's check out what this one's doing. Is it actually going down and around? Is it coming around, or does it just look like it is? This one's interesting. KABR. Abracadabra. What is that? Wow. Oh, see, okay. What is that? So I see this beam. It's coming around here. Oh, the beam's bringing it around, right? Bring it around. Whoa. And converging back, going back down. Comes up here. Comes up here. And then it converges, something happens, and there's a sectioning back down. This is not what weather does naturally on land. I mean, now it is, right? Now these things happen, but this was not the kind of weather they used to have. Climate change. Yeah, climate change, Tanya. And who? And what manages water vapor? You see convergence point. This was, again, ABR, KABR. Okay, I see the beam here. I do see a beam here. This means feeding into this direction. So this, you could see it, and it's not just shooting out like reading, like some of these little lines are reading. It's a maintained beam. You can see it right there. So that's what's doing the twirling, and then what? Something's suctioning it back down. So let's follow these radars some more. You see, you can't, unless there's a storm coming, even when there is a storm coming, if they're going to send it in directly to a Doppler, you can catch that beam and you don't really need to see any others. But if you look at the others, you will see how they pulse to create the high and low pressure areas needed to maintain the direction of the storm as intended. It's kind of just converging on here. As it comes up on here, it's goes back towards the radar. That beam is into, that kind of, but something happens here, and it could be the rotational vortex of this Doppler, but there's more. There's a greater pull. Yeah, major convergence and pull. So let's see. This was KABR. ABR. It's coming in here. It comes up and around here, and it starts coming back down. And it does come around the KABR. So KABR is got something it's doing in regards to pulling it back around. Up, great big pull. It's going up, and then there's a pull. There's a pull. It's coming in here. This is where it goes around. Again, this is KABR. Wow. Well, it was around the Doppler and then going up around, right? So it's rotational vortex, this land kind of hurricane system. I mean, going around. What's up with that? So round. Respect to that around here. Okay, just above. So let me. It's around here somewhere. Oh, there. Look at the beam. Oh, did you see that? From here to here. And yeah, and it's light. It all lets it in. It's all very light. The whole thing is light. I mean, if this was all blue around here, you wouldn't have this. It wouldn't be able to enter. It would be breaking up if it got close to it. So it's a small blue, allowing that into the low pressure area. And now my question is, are these beams sending it off? I know that big, long, deep one is bringing it in. If we can catch it again. Let's see. There, the beam is around. You can see it's right here. So it's coming in through here. I mean, we got it. These are land hurricanes, guys. And I haven't cracked the code on the tornadoes, how they do it. That's the work of others, namely and chiefly Weather War 101 has a lot of stuff on that, and I need to study it. There's a lot of areas I need to clone myself in or get to eventually, but there's just so many. Whoa, but I mean, just look at how it twirls around this Doppler. See it? And these beams, these deep ones, are the ones that are on the guiding. The little ones, that like the spastic ones, I don't know what they do. Is that the send-off direction? Or is it just natural reading? You can see those all around, but there's usually one really deep, entrenched one. These are all, yeah, coming in this way. And then, so what's taking it off? So now we went from here to here. Is it going to be up here? Let's check that guy out. It's kind of exciting. I mean, kind of. It's just weaponized man-made weather. Oh, is it weaponized? Are they just having fun sending the rain to different farmers? Because that's how it's done these days, and they get to decide which farmers are the lucky and the good ones that were on the naughty list or the nice list? Or is there some nefarious, I mean, that is nefarious, deciding who gets the rain? Unless you have consensus on who that should be. And this is, yeah, this is going around. These are rotational vortexes around the radar. And they're passing it around. Yeah, look at that. Passing it around. Okay, looking for that deep. I think there's a deep one in there. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, it's twirling around the radar. Hello. I'm sorry. It's You gotta laugh, because you know what? Ultimately, we are like spiritual beings having this material experience, and the material world is learning all about energy, frequency, and vibration right now, which is what we are. And we are scalar machines. So, newsflash, we have a tremendous advantage here. Even though, yeah, they got like hundreds of years of reptilian organization or whatever, in hoodwinking humanity. But we're so powerful. Look at how much work they got to put into it. Ring around the rosies, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, all fall down. Okay, check out storm relative mean velocity to see if it's anything interesting that I can make sense of. I mean, it's interesting. It's all very interesting if you really understand what you're looking at. And cliff notes, if you don't understand what you're looking at microwave frequency technologies, plus or minus within that spectrum, making the sky dance. I mean, it's really just, it's going right back in. Look, it's going right back into... Do you see it? Here. And if you're just new to my channel, don't think, oh, this nut job thinks the thing is dancing around the Doppler. Just a coincidence. I got years of this, alright? I got years of this. I'm the only one I know that correctly predicted the landfall of hurricanes several times. And I'm on record. Alright, because I understand what's going on here, and I have years of catching these buggers, steering the hurricanes into the Doppler, or by the Doppler, from one Doppler to the other, passing it off in a directional way. And now, yeah, I cracked the code, and now I'm seeing it on stuff that's like not hurricanes, not now. It's been going on. We cracked the code on daily weather. We triangulated on wind waves when the Doppler energizes and then releases like it does right now. See, whenever there's a big blue around the screen and then it shrinks, the energy is being released and there's some sort of vacuum that takes place. If all of this is blue, the clouds can't go in through here. It'll go around or what have you. It's going around this way, ain't it? Okay, so let's check another radar. So around here, it starts to pull down. It goes down in here, it comes here, and then goes there. And then what? Where's it going after that? Was it going to do that? What does this guy do? Let's see. Wow. So as it pushes, as that shrinks, that pushes through. Oh, it's right off of there. You could see the interaction between the clouds and the Doppler in a lot of cases. Was so because it's not, and it's with our vet opposition was liar schnock finisher of the end of that would then shul liar schnock Srit liar schnock that smell about the assets So there are other things that affect the climate, but none that drives it, like these technologies. Okay, so let's see here. All right. Isn't it? Is there an acceleration of weather or an acceleration of time here? Let's see. Coming in, coming in, coming in. All right, let's see where it goes. And this is, sorry. KDMX, okay. Okay, so we went up here, wait, down here, 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 DMX. And then what? Is it going to go up here? So they have all of them kind of spinning in a row, so they're like kind of just... if they have all of these spinning, I guess they can keep it going around. I mean, look at it. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the last one we were on. And then what? Around here? Is it going to go up? Let's see what this guy's doing up here at the Canadian border. Not exactly, but close enough. Okay, big blue. So this is coming up and it gets evaporated as it goes over this. See, you can see it breaking up because it's big blue. It's almost 2 circles wide. Now that's small. That's within that first circle. So it's saying, come on in. Come on in. And doesn't break them up too much compared to the bigger blue. This one just pushes them up and decimates them. Small blue, allowing it to come through. Big blue, breaking up what's coming up on the top. Pushing it out of that circle, because it can't really stay in a circle that's fully energized without being pushed up and breaking up. So this is a small blue. It's able to come through. There's nothing really stopping it. And that's where we're at on that one. This is KDLH. Let's see what that's got to do with anything here. KDL, where were we? We went boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's just that's the outer line of this past the ball. It's like down in here, we saw this one grab it, this one turn it around it. It's going around this one, and it goes back down here, and then catches on this one, and then that one. I don't know what that's doing here, really. Let's see what this one's kind of. That one by Canada was pulsing. We're almost done here, folks. Thank you for bearing with me if you've made it this far. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Help break past algorithms. Tremendous censorship. and the overall discomfort that most people feel when they look at this stuff. But this explains it. Okay, small blue. Kind of. No. Very, very small. That's the storm there. Okay, so yeah, it's not so much rotation here. It's going this way. So what's over there? I mean, it's going up in here, right? K-A-R-X. K-A-R-X. GRB. What's GRB gonna do? Is it letting it through? Is it putting up a wall? Because that's the outer banks there. That's the big blue. Oh, see, and as soon as it fades, these come in. So within the inner circle, it's letting it in. But it pumped it a little bit. And here it's it's big. But now, it shrinks. We have ABR pulling the weather down. It goes down in here. It has a rotational vortex. Goes up in here, which is a rotational vortex, and it feeds it back down in here, and then it goes up comes down in here. You can see it. Rotational vortex goes into here. Rotational vortex comes down in here, back up in here, back in here, and then I'm not quite sure what all it's doing. This is your squall line, where the big blue, you can see the big blue, they're stopping it here, right? There's a little buffer, so gives it its edge, right? And as they drop these, as they lower the energizing of these, this can come through. And then if the ones, if they're turning rotational, then it'll just keep sending everything. So these are all turning rotationally. You could see that these are turning points for the cloud. So you have your ionospheric heater, which manages the jet stream, and it will pull everything down on a conveyor belt. But these tropospheric, lower ionosphere, upper troposphere heaters can rotationally vortex the air to turn in a direction. That's what we're seeing. Everything's coming down around here, and then up here, and it's twirling around, so it goes back down here, and you can see the twirling into the Doppler. One, two, three, four, five, and then whoosh, comes in like that around here. So what happens once it's in here? What is this? MPX. Let's do that one more time. Kind of don't know what they do with it after that. It's small. I mean, it's letting it in, but I don't. This one doesn't seem to have the rotational vortex. It's allowing it through, but it's not steering the column like the other ones. Except in its pulsing and negative space that it's allowing it through. But it's not taking it and twirling it. It doesn't appear to be. It's just neutral. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. And, yeah. Wall. High pressure wall right around here. Pulsing and lowering. And rotational vortex in these guys up until here. And then this one doesn't really show it. Did DMX have it? Let's do it one more time. Does DMX have a rotational vortex? I don't see the rotational vortex on this one, but I do see them letting it through. Letting it through. Alright. So, don't just look up at the clouds. Look down at Doppler radar. And we shall see you next time. God bless, and blessed be.
This is a unique little book covering a topic that is much overdue for teaching children about our environment. The title is Funny Clouds, A Chemtrails Tale, written by Raphael O'Neill, illustrated by Sean Gautreaux, and printed by an Amazon company called Great Space. The story is about little Marie and her mom, who go outside to plant a tree. When they finish, little Marie looks up towards the sky to see strange clouds sprayed by jet aircraft. The story is told in rhyme and prose that can inform but also entertain a young reader. I recommend this book because it has an optimistic message without instilling fear. The story ends on a positive note about how responsible people will ultimately succeed in stopping chemtrails by spreading awareness and taking political action. This little book is a valuable tool for adults to educate their children on an extremely important environmental issue. Informed citizens know that chemtrails were described in House Resolution 2977 as an exotic weapon back in 2001. Concerned parents have a right to protect their children from dangerous chemical experiments in our sky.